Blanchard here, aka the Voodoo Child, and I'm back with another pop culture video. I hope you guys missed me. Thank you so much for showing the support on my unpopular opinions video. I saw a lot of you guys requesting it, so I just had to deliver. Also, thanks to the small fraction of you guys that supported the share video. Like, I do see the support over there and I really do appreciate it. Today we're going to be straightening this wig and talking about some of the craziness that's been going on in the world and on social media. So I was just straightening this hair and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is gonna take me forever. I might as well make a video and just kiki with y'all. I'm not about to ramble. Let's get into the video. So the first thing that I'm gonna be talking about is the Met Gala. I am gonna let you guys know some of the looks that I just thought really ate. Start off with positives, okay, and then we're gonna get into the negatives. So the Met Gala this year, the theme was it had something to do with like being tailored, like tailored and something, right? We're expecting tons of suits. I'm gonna tell you right now, Tiana Taylor, she killed. Tiana Taylor, y'all get it? She ate down, girl. She ate. Like, she definitely stole the show, in my opinion.
Harlem Renaissance, you know, Harlem dandy, Harlem dapper, damn. How you see what I did?
That look was incredible. I do love Zendaya's look, although I do feel like that's kind of her go-to look anyway, so it'd be very shocking if she didn't eat. Same with Janelle Monáe. I would be surprised if she did not eat this up because that's already her style, is pantsuits. Same with Doechii. Doechii lucked out because that's also her recent signature style. I will have say they could have tailored Doechii's shorts a little bit better, but... Did you guys see that clip where she was like freaking out over her outfit being seen? Like, girl, if you don't calm down...
Yes, I'm ready. Give me another, no, stop. Give me another umbrella, now. Another one, right there, and another one. Need another one.
Another umbrella.
Excuse me. I need four fucking umbrellas.
Two more umbrellas.
Right there.
Two more umbrellas.
I'm so ready.
All right, make a path, everyone.
Clear a path. Move. Clear a path here. Clear a path.
And do not let that one umbrella. I will not.
You look great.
You're gonna have to move. And not let her hair get wet.
Move these umbrellas. I don't want these people seeing me. I got it. Move the umbrella. Are you blocking it? Right now. Put your umbrella there. Yes.
You're blocked. You're blocked.
Yes.
Oh. Somebody fired.
I thought she was about to step in something way harder the way she was acting. Like, you literally came out with a Tyler, the Creator two-piece. Chill. Diana Ross ate, even though I don't personally think it was on theme, but it just looks so beautiful. Like, you can't deny that that was not a beautiful gown, a beautiful headpiece. I love the diamond on her forehead. Like, she ate. All right, now I'm gonna get into the ones that I didn't really like. Well, I guess, okay, and then I guess Cardi ate too, but like, honestly, again, it's just something that I've already seen her in. Sure, people are commending her because she's not wearing black. I didn't particularly, I was not gagging over Cardi's outfit. Honestly, the rap girls didn't really come this year. Like, I feel like Doechii really lucked out because she, that's already her signature style. I didn't really care for Nicki's either. I feel like Nicki had a really nice ensemble the 2024 Met. Like, it was really nice. I did not care for Meg's, only because I feel like Diana Ross outshined her because she tried to come with the same concept. I still don't understand how that's on theme, but I'm gonna go and look it up and refresh myself, because if Diana Ross wore something similar, I mean, shit, somebody on her team was doing something right. But I seen somebody online say, like, whenever Meg is in doubt, she always wears, like, prom dresses. And I'm like, that is so true. Very unfortunate. I would have loved to see her in, like, a white Houston, like, Dale Dimmadome, or the Dimdale Dimmadome ass get up. Like, that would be fire with, like, her titties out, like, pushed up. Girl, she could have ate that down. The best dressed white person in there was the girl from, she played Gypsy Rose in the Hulu series. She ate down. Oh my gosh, I love the gems. Like, oh wow, she ate. Whoever her stylist is, she did that, because oh girl usually doesn't have the best outfits. I'm not gonna hold you. And someone said she's a Leo. I'm like, that explains a lot, because that fit is commanding attention, and it's actually very tasteful, and it looks good. I don't know, the Met this year, people were stepping. Let's get into this James Charles mess. I can believe it though. I really can. But I guess what I can't believe is how he is publicly claiming to be friends with somebody, and then you want to go and hook up with their abuser. Is freaking insane to me. And if y'all don't know the story, basically in short, there is an influencer who recently came on TikTok. When I tell you, it was all over my feed, but I just did not know who the girl was. She said that she was already out of the situation, so I didn't really like give it a lot of air. Trigger warning. She was showing like all the bruises and scrapes and scratches and black eyes and stuff that she was getting from her then boyfriend who she was making content with.
I'm trying not to cry right in the first 5 minutes. For the past 9 months, I have been in arguably one of the worst mentally, physically relationships I could ever imagine. Okay guys, so we got to the Airbnb a few hours ago, but here's a little tour. So over here, we got the goddamn bedroom. Okay. We got the bathroom, super cute. Then over here, we have the living room, super cute. And then over there's the water. It's like right on the water. And then here's the kitchen, and I kind of messed up, and I broke this. Oh, okay.
The 9 months we were together, she said the whole 9 months I was abusing her. Right? Why would we go out all the time and do all these crazy adventurous stuff if the whole time it was just terrible? If I was this terrible guy, why would she be with me? She could have left me at any second. She's way more up there than me. Has more money. Like, all this stuff, she don't need me. She don't need me. And if she figured I was no good for her at the time being, she would have left immediately. I promise you that. She exaggerates. And she figured out her abuser. She's like, I need to make a series. I need to do something. And now that me and her are broken up, it's like, does she really love me? Like she's saying she does behind the scenes to me. Like, I love you, I miss you. All this stuff behind the scenes. But then goes on there and tells you guys a whole different fantasy tale. I don't understand it. And abusive, mentally, I guess, we both, I'm gonna hold myself accountable. And I hope we would say crazy shit to each other all the time. And I guess it came to a point where I was controlling, like, hey, I don't feel comfortable with you going out to the bars. Or, hey, I don't want to go out to the bars. Let's stay home. If that's controlling, that's crazy. I want to live a slow life and travel and just be us. We had to tag Emma along everywhere we went because they wanted to do stuff together. They wanted to go out party. She said since she just turned 18, that's her first time going to bar life. Her and Emma both went to bars together. That's her bar buddy. And then she met me, and I'm like, I don't want to be in the party life. Alcohol is a big problem for me. 99% of our arguments were drunk related, like just insanely drunk, and we would argue and fight with each other and just call each other outrageous names and then apologize. And I was like, it got to a point where I was like, this is unhealthy. Like, I should not be calling you these names because I genuinely loved her, and I still do. And it's like, I don't know why I would call her those names. And I was like, I still have trauma. I have trauma from when I was younger that it only comes out when I'm drinking. Like, I become someone I'm not. And I'm like, I don't want to be that mean guy. I want to be that normal guy. I gave up drinking. I don't do any of that. I've been fixing myself, acknowledging myself, knowing what I did was wrong. And I don't think she's grown.
The whole internet was just like, damn, like that's horrible, right? Like, that's horrible. There's obviously proof. She's taking this man to court. Like, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure they have court, like, while y'all watching this video, the court case might already be over with.
Also, I just landed in Nashville. I knew it was gonna like spiral me, but I looked out the window and I just started sobbing. I can't explain how my body feels. I haven't been here since December, and obviously a lot of bad things happened here with a really bad person. Because your son. Y'all, as dystopian as this shit fucking feels, get ready with me for court.
Like, this is serious. That's all I'm trying to say with that, is that this is serious. Then it starts coming out because this dude, her ex, posted basically at James Charles' house. And she just hit James straight up. Was like, are you with my ex? Because you see what's going on. Like, are you siding with him? Oh, that's not my house. Oh, no, I'm not with your ex. Messy. Yes, he was.
So can you tell me about the weekend that James Charles and Evan Johnson spent together?
Yes, absolutely. So I was the only person that knew that Evan was going to LA and that James was flying him out to LA. So it was a very last minute thing. James continued to beg, like, come to LA, like, we can have some fun, we can hang out, hang around the house, like, we can just, chill. But I think it's just best that you can come out here and, get your mind off things, which didn't sit right with me because I was there for Evan every single day through all the hard days and saw some of the most disturbing things with some of the fact that I had to pretty much save him, So very last minute, he goes to LA, flies to LA. I dropped Evan off at the airport. By any chance, do you have that date written down?
I do. I believe it was February 28th.
Hey, also, as y'all know by now, somebody that I considered a close friend sent my address to him and gave him my address. I know who did it. Thought we were friends. Apparently not. Yeah. I didn't post yesterday because I genuinely am at like the lowest mental state I've ever been. And I just keep finding out more stuff about the situation that's making it really hard to like heal because it's like stuff keeps adding on. So every time I like make a step up, it's like getting pushed down, and definitely finding out that he knows where I live sucks because one of the main reasons I moved was so that he wouldn't know where I live.
James said, "Hello, I'm just now seeing these. I'm absolutely not on his side and would really, really appreciate it if you'd leave me out of this. I only ever spoke to him because he manipulated me into thinking his situation was similar to what I went through." That's very interesting to me because James Charles is 26 years old. He's a multimillionaire. He's very successful. I think in a lot of ways, in the way he conducts himself, he's not smart, but he's not a dumb person. The idea that James Charles was manipulated by a 20-year-old boy who can barely string a sentence together in the videos that I've watched, hard for me to believe.
Yes.
When he says he manipulated me into thinking his situation was similar to what I went through, I'm putting myself in James's mind to understand what he's suggesting. I think in James's mind, he was canceled for something that wasn't true. When he was canceled for messaging underage boys, I think his side of the story is he thought that they were 18, but he did acknowledge that he was messaging 16-year-old boys. So I'm not sure exactly how in his brain he's edited history to make it different than what it was. And then he says it was a really personal and sensitive topic that I had empathy for. Do you feel like James Charles was assisting Evan because he had empathy for him?
I feel that James Charles was helping him out because he wanted a relationship with Evan Johnson.
A physical relationship.
Physical relationship.
As soon as I saw Kayla's video, I felt disgusting and awful, and I've stopped responding to him altogether.
I can't get into too much right now, but I found out at Coachella, literally last weekend, that a close friend of mine had basically really fucked me over in ways I could have never expected. And I got sent proof and receipts, and that person admitted it to me that they had done it. And I don't want to the thing is I don't want to talk about it because right now, for at least because I'm still healing, court's coming.
You're dealing with a lot.
Like
Like
literally,
to everybody at home, like, I hope you guys realize that behind the scenes, like, she's dealing with real stuff. Like,
So, yeah, I do think that him and James were hooking up, especially because James is sending cease and desist to other of his male friends who are co-signing like, no, yeah, I seen him doing gay for pay with James Charles with my own two eyes. And I find it weird how he's moving like he's trying to be protective of the guy and not his former friend who you were like publicly friends with. And y'all know I am the bacon and the lettuce, bacon, gay and tomato community, so I'm gonna say it. These twinks, they become your friend. And I'm speaking from experience, child. It happened to me when I was a baby too. I used to be best friends with one. They will get close to you to hang out with you and your man, and then randomly they're getting close to your man. And now we have the I don't want to hurt the girl we both care for in common, so let's keep this a secret. I'm not surprised. There are a lot of dudes who look like and move like James Charles who are just as misogynistic as the next straight man and love to withhold patriarchal values like this. Like, oh no, yeah, he was beating you up, but girl, like, this looks horrible. I think that James Charles is disgusting and he is just gross. Like, not all gay men are like this, but unfortunately the young ones that still like to chase after the DLs and all that shit, and, or like be trying to quote unquote turn men out, it's a dangerous freaking game, because James, you could be the next one getting your head put through the fucking door. So I told y'all I was done talking about Gypsy Rose, but she, honestly, she showed her true colors, so I had to come on here. I had to. I knew that something wasn't right with that girl, how she was doing her little press tour, and I blame her mother. Like, she knows how to work a camera, she knows how to work the press. My husband even called it, like, watch, they're gonna do a Love After Lockup Gypsy Rose. Sure as hell did. Even named it that. It was just giving clout demon. And also the fact that the other man, her track record with men, the other man that she killed her mama with is still in jail while she's on TV getting paternity tests and shit because she was smashing two people at the same time. Like, so now the recent craze is that she is mad that her ex Ryan, you know, the one that she turned the whole internet against, convinced the internet that he's possessive and creepy. And I was like, no, if anything, I'm confused, because we all lovey-dovey, got married, and now we're out on the outside and you don't even want to be touched by me. You don't want to be around me. Oh, because you were cheating the whole time with Mr. Ken. But I digress. People were saying that I wasn't seeing what was... No, girl, I already saw... I do watch Love After Lockup. I know when the bitches don't really with the dudes and vice versa, because they will not touch... They don't want to be touched, and they make it very evident, like, oh, I need some time. Girl, you been locked up. Like, you telling me you don't want nothing? Okay, yeah, sure. Talking about the D is fire. So the latest thing is her ex has a new girlfriend. And like people do, normal people, when you have a significant other, you take pictures with them and post it on social media, right? Like any other person, whether you've been on WE TV or not. If you're in a relationship, you're guaranteed gonna have at least one picture together on your social media. Why does this bit get so upset that he decided to move on and went like on this long rant?
So when I see you on TikTok acting the way you do, talking the way you do, doing your polls, that's not the man that I married. The man that I married went on Facebook once a month because I asked him to. You didn't do social media, you didn't care. It was never about the public back then. And it's so hard to see what you have become. So yeah, I get mad, I get frustrated, I get angry because I know that that's not you. Where's the person that came to visit me when we had an argument and I told you don't come, and then you showed up anyway? Where's the person that was there for me whenever my parents were on the edge of a divorce? And Chrissy didn't pick up the phone for 3 weeks. And you were all I had. You think I forgot about that? I haven't. I hate that we keep doing this back and forth, trying to hurt each other, but we're not trying to hurt each other, we're trying to hurt each other's reputations. I hate the fact that we are trying to be at war with each other, but I know I just want the best for you. I want you to be happy, I want you to move on, I want you to move on with someone that's going to make you happy, that's going to love you like you should be loved.
The next day.
So you want me to take my shit down, right? Okay, how about you quit talking about me? It's been 3 fucking months since I texted you. And you're spiraling out of control. So just remember, just as much dirt as you have on me, I have on you, honey. You punch at me, I punch back 10 times harder. Go see a therapist.
Beware. Beware. This is why you should not let your man be friends with their ex, because even if he is coming from a genuine space, it's always somebody that's doing something they're not supposed to be doing. Because like this bit over here talking about he was there for me, he was my comfort, Ken was my husband, but Ryan was my comfort. Oh, you a manipulative one, girl. You are so manipulative, and it's finally coming to show. So he can't have a girl, so you can have a whole baby on him, but he can't have a girlfriend.
Me to drive down the day baby's born or the day after and sign something to where the baby can no longer have my last name and
but be a Blanchard.
Be a Blanchard.
Why? Why would you do that?
Why Blanchard, not a Euchre? you know, just the audacity of her to think that I would drive 3.5 hours over there, knowing that she's there with her family and the baby and everything, and sign a piece of paper where, you know, she no longer is an Anderson, and, you know, and why would I do that to help her and Ken?
She is forgetting, if she wouldn't have did what she did, he thought that he was going to be a father and a husband at this point in his life. So why would he not move on? Like, she really showed her toxic true colors. And then, where is Ken? Is he in the other room just listening to her? Like, so you still want to be with your ex? I always said my theory is that she likes her ex's finances and Ken's asshole personality because she is stunted from being in prison, and like her mother, what her mother did to her. I feel like she thinks the whole bad boy, nonchalant, asshole thing is still cute. I would not be surprised if Gypsy like cheats on him or something, girl. I really wouldn't be surprised if she cheats on Ken. I wouldn't be surprised if Gypsy comes out with a girlfriend. Like, mark my words here. Y'all heard it here first. I would not be surprised if Gypsy Rose comes out with a girlfriend. Like, not a femme either. Like a Jojo Siwa type. Speaking of Jojo Siwa, I did not have that on here, but I'm about to just get into that. That is crazy. And I get it, you know, you're exploring your sexuality with life and stuff, right? But I have never heard of a full-blown L, a full-blown lettuce, just trying some D, bro. Now, don't get me wrong, I've seen pregnant studs and shit before, but I don't know. I feel like just my experience with girls who claim themselves as the L word, it's always been this like, oh, you're bi, I can't trust you because you might just fall in love with a man, and I'll never be a man, and XYZ, XYZ. So that's why I was so shocked to see she actually was doing that. And then it's not even like it was on some like pan shit of like, oh, I really love them as a person. Girl, you did not know him, and he did not know you, and he played her. I don't even know if I could really show the footage because it's Big Brother, but definitely played her ass. At the reunion, she's all like, yeah, it's so special. This is such a special, and he keeps calling it a friendship. Yeah, this friendship is so special. Like, oh my gosh, JoJo. This is stuff we went through in like middle school and shit, girl. I really hope she didn't give up the cat though. Why did she do that on TV? And then the poor girlfriend is just sitting at home, or I don't want to misgender them, their partner. JoJo was just like misgendering them all the Big Brother season. What even got people watching the show with her on it in the first place is because another cast member was being homophobic to her, and he was saying stuff like, oh, one night with me, I'll turn you out, I'll turn you out. She's like, yep, never gonna happen, never gonna happen. Girl, somebody did. Somebody actually did. Isn't that crazy? But yeah, that JoJo shit was insane. Oh, another thing that's not on my list that we could talk about for 2 seconds. Shay Shay, I'm not even gonna put no video or nothing. I'm just gonna talk about it. I'm not surprised. Like, I keep seeing clip after clip after clip of him talking with different people, and they're all telling him the same thing. Like, hey, Unc, you're not even Unc, you're Pops. You need to stop messing with girls my age. I think Lil Yachty said that. He was like, you need to stop messing with girls my age.
And like you, man, y'all get to a certain age and you still like them young. You like
yeah.
You like the same age girls I like.
Okay, yeah, right.
When you get to a certain age,
I'm getting old, but my eyesight's still young.
Right. Okay, and with that, you got to uphold a certain way because you can't be old and sloppy.
You get one or the other.
Right.
Young and sloppy or old and in shape.
Exactly. So you're gonna get old and in shape. Women.
No.
Exactly.
And he did the same thing with Cat Williams, where Cat Williams is like, bro, I'm talking about you right now. He's just like, yeah, yeah, with that fucking dolphin ass mouth.
Okay, yeah.
He should be ashamed of himself. Like, you have daughters. You have a daughter that's older than the girl that you was doing that with. And then, unpopular opinion, I guess, or maybe people are just scared to say it, but I'm gonna fucking say it. The price you pay with dealing with younger people is loose lips. The brain has not developed yet. Come on, Shannon. That was just so dumb. Like, very dumb. Like, you really thought that wasn't going to be seen. And then the big black baby. Shannon. The big black baby. But yeah, everybody tried to tell him. Kat even said 2 weeks. That's all it takes. 2 fucking weeks. And sure enough, it's still going. More women coming out. Older women coming out now that they're not young anymore. He just used them all up for their youth. I don't remember. Was he defending Diddy? So I don't know if you guys have been on this side of YouTube with Ethan Klein and the whole child. I guess it's a mental breakdown. Honestly, bro is just looking insane to me.
Hassan Piker has lost all of his marbles. The marbles are gone, people. Hard hitting, man. Hard hitting calls, questioning his mental capacity.
Okay, done, saved.
You like the marbles, or you?
Yeah.
You do, I don't like the marbles. Hassan Piker has fully gone he has full on dementia. He has full on late stage Parkinson's.
And no, it's not his Tourette's. Bro is looking and sounding insane. He looks like an evil wizard or some shit. Like he just, I don't even know if that's PC. Am I even allowed to say that? Because everything that anybody says against him is automatically anti in his brain. Like it's a very interesting way to avoid accountability. That's like if every time somebody critiqued me, I was like, oh, you're only saying that because I'm black. Oh, you're only saying that because my mom is Spanish. You're only saying that because I'm light-skinned. Like, come on, bruh. Like, really? Over here calling every freaking thing anti.
You're crazy. You're crashing out. You're hallucinating, my friend. Come sit over here. You got it. You want any more? Call me crazy or hallucinating again? Is that all you got?
I don't need to do that. I think you're doing that all on your own. To be fair.
What? When you get accused of being anti-Semitic, you can call the accuser crazy, which is exactly what you're doing. You're a fucking anti-Semite, and you've been caught out 3 different times calling me crazy for very viable, very credible examples of anti-Semitism that you should at least be able to admit are at least not insane. Maybe a misunderstanding, but not insane. You know what? I think you're hallucinating, buddy.
Okay.
I think you are you pulled a meme from his subreddit once. And
that's not
there was a
the
guy
only
in your
reason.
Discord that's
up?
also in his Discord. I think you're
didn't say any of those
hallucinating.
things.
You sound fucking unhinged, dude. Are you crashing out, Hassan?
Ethan, I didn't say
Hassan,
that.
are you crashing out? Do you have friends who are aware of the condition and can help you get the help you need?
Like, how about people are just freaking concerned? And I don't really like to speak on people's bodies or anything, but when you stream daily and the amount of weight that you have lost is crazy to me. It makes you look more like you're unraveling, like you're not eating well, you're not sleeping well. Like it just doesn't look like a healthy weight loss. Because I'm not gonna lie, as if people probably haven't been telling him like you need to lose weight for your health. Because there was a little moment there during COVID. Bro, it was on the bigger side, but I thought it was just like dad bod. Like, you know, your wife's having kids and it just happens sometimes. They did that content cop on him, which is, I have mixed feelings for as well, because I do think that people can change and everything. But iDubbbz, I'm sorry, I just cannot forget who you were in that era. Like when you went up to Tana Mojo, because y'all, if you've been here for a while, I started doing YouTube with story times. So yeah, I knew who Tana Mojo was and I subscribed to her and everything back then before she had her own allegations. But around that time is when the clips of her saying the N-word had resurfaced on Snapchat. And that's why I personally still don't mess with Tana. She associates herself with a lot of people who have had N-word moments. But he brought it amongst himself to go and meet her at a meet and greet and go say how that was helping, don't freaking know. But yeah, I guess he got a wife and like discovered what empathy is. You know how some men, they go on a mushroom trip and now, oh my gosh, other people except me have feelings. Like, it's giving that. Again, I'm glad that he's woken up, but he has to admit he has groomed a generation to be more susceptible to the Kevin Samuels, the Red Pill, the Andrew Tate. Like, his generation is the one that made those people able to further groom and manipulate. Now, two things can be right at the same time. He did eat the girls up with that content cop. For H3 and Ethan Klein used to be on the same type of time as iDubbbz. They used to do a podcast, but it would be very offensive. Like, I'm talking saying slurs, all that, right? Because that's just, for whatever reason, was popping on YouTube at that time, was just racist POSs, right? It went from that. And then the Gaza conflict reached a head in October. And his wife is in the IDF. I'm doing a recap for everybody that don't know who the people are I'm talking about. His wife was in the IDF, and in my opinion, when they send Americans over to do birthright citizenship, they want you to marry somebody over there so that you can continue to produce Jewish children. I mean, hey, nothing wrong with that. If you want that, that is what it is. But there's a rumor that they purposely have attractive women do that, not just for like citizenship or anything, but to ensure future birthright trips and all that crap, right? So the place, and mind you, when he went on this trip, he has admitted on social media, and then got mad at Trisha Paytas, but he admitted on social media that he was over there doing Poppy. And if you know what Poppy is, that's basically like Fetty, bro. Like, that's like H, like what killed Janis Joplin, bro. Like, he admitted he was doing that over there.
You do hide the
I'm all out there with no fucking eyebrows and everything.
You were into pills. You never talk about that you were a pill addict for a minute.
What?
Yeah, you said that. You said you were really into pills, and you don't talk about that.
Why do I need to talk about that?
Because that's being open. That you're judging me for being crazy, taking pills or whatever. Like, I take pills or whatever. But you've done it too, and you're just not open about it.
I don't think that is a defining characteristic of who I am.
I think that is a big thing. That makes sense. Why? Because you're on medication now, and there's no shame or judgment in it. But like, hey, if you're going to shame me for being off meds, you should say, hey, I'm on meds.
I'm not shaming you for being off meds.
That's what it sounds like. You just call me crazy,
But here's
which
what you
means
do.
I'm off
You know what you
medication.
just did? You're trying to see. This is why you are such a dangerous person, especially to be close with, because you'll take something that I've told you. You'll take something that somebody told you in confidence, and you'll use it. You'll weaponize it against them.
That's not true.
That's what you just did.
No,
and luckily for you, I don't care, and I'm okay with it. But you go, oh well, I told you an anecdote about how I used to take like tramadol back in Israel when I was like bored in a dead end job, and you literally just weaponized that against me.
You called me crazy.
Yeah, it's not like this was like some holy thing for him, for real. Like, he was just over there, he said, to, you know, get some new life experience. Oh, there's a freaking war in the background, but I digress. So now that your average American knows about the Gaza conflict, and they're very free Palestine and everything like that, right? Especially the younger liberal audience that they have accumulated after during COVID, because during COVID is when they started leaning away from the racy stuff and really honed into like social issues. Even did a show with Hassan, who's really into the stuff too. Hassan ain't innocent either. There's clips of him saying the N-word, and he usually discredits black people a lot. Yeah, again, none of these people are perfect, bruh. I'm just letting you guys know that I know. So boom. Now, Ethan is having a hard time accepting that he is on the wrong side of history. Tons of Jewish people have come forward saying that, you know, I was brainwashed. I didn't even know that this is what was going on. I was taught something different in school. Like, I had no idea that we are doing what our ancestors swore we would never do, right? Ethan's having a really hard time with that. And anybody that says any free Palestine, anything like that, is considered anti-Semitic to Ethan. So ever since October, he's been doing like these ranting, like ravenous streams of just him. Like, he used to be talking about Cardi B, all of it, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, pop culture topics. Now it's turned into like political warfare news. And he was losing a lot of his core audience that he had built. Now, fast forward to today, his once BFF Hassan, not friends with him anymore because Hassan is pro-Palestine and actually is very politically informed. He doesn't like that. So now they're like, really, that's like his mortal enemy number one is Hassan. He has other enemies that he says a lot of xenophobic stuff about because they are hijabi or Middle Eastern, you know, the same old propaganda, 9/11 propaganda, trying to push that again. Like, he's over here debating other Jewish people that are trying to tell him, like, hey, like, this ain't it. this is a genocide. He's refusing to call it a genocide. So when the content nuke came out, basically showing all this shit and then some, it even showed how he be low-key like verbally abusing his staff members. Him and his wife be verbally abusing the staff. The video came out and it took him 3 hours to watch 17 minutes. And when I tell you his whole crew was begging him like, hey, maybe we can come back and watch this tomorrow because I think you might get too emotional if we watch this live. Nope, he said, fuck y'all, I'm doing what I want. And just like they thought, he got way too emotional. He was stopping every 2 seconds. Like, it was a mess. So then Ida spun the block. Basically was like, bro, I'm scared for you now. Like, you really have lost the plot. So now all the internet is kind of just like, Ethan, you've lost the plot. You need to wake up. That's why they did the whole wake up, wake up. Oh, how could I forget this? So boom. His main thing is like, you guys are all anti-Semitic and you always forget that CPS got called on me. Y'all, he went on stream with 20,000 people and told the stream that his baby be crawling around on the floor and be picking up doo-doo and put the doo-doo in their mouth, and now they have giardia, okay? And in my opinion, I feel like the doctor that diagnosed him with that told CPS. But in his head, Hassan told CPS.
Other people react to his content. And when other people see that he's talking about his children getting giardia from dog poop.
Sonny's crawling around. He's putting everything in his mouth. He's at that age. He has giardia.
People are quite reasonably concerned. And so, yes, anyone who's seeing that content might be concerned enough to call CPS, including Ethan's own chat, which, by the way, is not a measly number. It's about 26,000 at the time of this stream. So there are 26,000 people listening to Ethan go into great detail over 7 or 8 minutes about diarrhea, viscosity of diarrhea, his child having giardia, him and his whole family having giardia. They're calling it the poop house. Now, what Ethan does, instead of taking any responsibility for sharing too much on his live stream, is that he decides to attack specific creators like Denims and say she was the source of the CPS call.
And Hassan went on stream and was like, they're millionaires. They have $1 million house with housekeepers. Why would they have doo-doo on the floor? I don't know about y'all, but those rich people with them little pissy ass dogs be having the most nastiest fucking houses because they just let their dog, cough cough Jeffree Star, they just left their dog just like walk around and just shit and piss everywhere. And there's tons of footage of Ethan stepping on doo-doo. Like, it's not far-fetched in my opinion. And then, according to his fans, he had just fired the housekeeper like a week before that even happened. So yeah, I do believe that they got CPS calling themselves. They need to take accountability for that. You can't play like that when you got kids, especially on the internet. People be CPS happy as fuck on here. They be calling CPS if your house dirty on this bitch. So why would you think that you could joke around about your baby touching doo-doo? Like, what planet are we on right now? So that was my long, drawn-out, winded recap of that. I'm sorry. I don't got nobody else to talk about this to, as y'all can see. Whew, okay, let's get into this last topic that I want to talk about. So, spoilers if you have not seen Sinners, but I'm going to be talking about Sinners. That's why I waited until the end of the video. I was thinking of actually doing a Sinners breakdown on my Faceless channel that I have. If you know, you know. I don't like to like tag it in here because I don't want the algorithms to know that it's me and punish me. But if you DM me privately, I'll let you know what the channel's name is. I haven't posted in some time and I'm pretty sure that's what I'm going to be posting. I don't care what nobody says. Sinners was so good. People always talking about shit is demonic. Like, girl, shut up. Like, what the hell? How come whenever we make something it's demonic? Like, really think about that. I actually have a niece that lives where the story takes place. So I was just really interested in the movie off rip. And obviously I love me some vampires, girl. It was already gonna get a watch in this house, okay? So there's only a few things that I'm gonna really wanna talk about, but I'm gonna keep it real. I'm not really thinking about if there's spoilers or not, so I'm just like letting y'all know, like, skip. I love the mysticism and everything, even though people want to call it demonic. Well, for one, when I seen it, I just assumed that they were already going to be vampires. I don't know if they're going to make a sequel or what. I thought it was going to be on some, oh, they came back in town and now they're vampires and they're eating everybody. No, I love the relationship between what's his name, Smoke, and the girl from Lovecraft Country. I love their relationship so much. It was just, I don't know, it was just refreshing to see like real looking people having romantic interactions, because I feel like all the actors these days got freaking BBLs, fillers, they can barely put emotion on their face. Like, it was just really refreshing to see that. Now, White Girl Mary. White Girl Mary is why they're even in this situation, like why it even all happened. And so I seen some people talking about she was a ride or die and like all this BS. Look here. Mary, because of the one drop rule, Mary was accepted in that community, right? But when there were black spaces that she needed to be excluded from because she is so passing, because she is married to a white man, Mary had a hard time accepting that you cannot be both in that world. You couldn't. And you chose your side and you need to stay there. You over here running after, I don't even remember the other brother's name. I just remember Smoke. But you over here after Michael B. Jordan, evil twin. This conflict also comes in when the white people, the Irishmen and the Klein members come to the juke joint and they turn them away. And Mary goes outside to check on them. Nobody beat them up. Nobody cussed them out. Like, why are you going outside to check on them? Because you feel akin to these white people. Like, if you would have just stayed where you were just yelling and fussing and fighting to be at, they would have never even got you, because then once they turned you, they trusted you enough to come back in. She's the real problem. I know a lot of people want to blame the Chinese lady, but honestly, I feel like she did what any other mother would do in that situation. And I saw on one of the behind the scenes that the actress that played her, the scene where she was remembering like her daughter at the shop and everything was added in post, because she didn't want the whole audience to be like, oh my God, this, you get what I'm saying? And I think it was a nice touch because it helped a lot of people feel like empathy, like, oh no, she genuinely thought like, yeah. So I blame White Girl Mary way more than the Chinese wife, you know, because Mary was just doing too much teetering for that time. You get what I'm saying? Too much teetering. I also like how they showed the Irish influence as well. And his name's like Rimnick or something like that. I like how they showed him in there because, yes, sharecroppers were working alongside Irish people. A lot of the time when the master died, though, they would give the land to the Irishmen instead of the former slaves. So it's not a complete, ally move. But I think now that I've watched it a few times that when he bit the KKK members, all of his personal beliefs went out the window because he now has absorbed their hatred, because he turned into what he hated the most. He pretty much was just as bad as the people that hired him. And, because I don't think a lot of people know this, but Irish people were on the same type of pseudoscience, like how people tried to justify being racist to black people because of their skull size and stuff like that. They did the same thing to Irish people as well. So it just goes to show that he just got so power hungry that he literally got beside himself and did not know who he was. Girl, I feel like I'm looking like a vampire right now. I don't know if it's because I straightened this from a curly wig, but like, it's giving big, girl. It's giving big at the top. I mean, it's definitely giving wig because of the color, but it's just like, damn, girl. Yeah, all in all, Sinners was really good, and I would definitely see it again because it's one of those movies where like, you notice things that you didn't notice the first time around. Like, I had to rewatch so I could see that end scene everybody was talking about. Apparently there's a scene after that, so I gotta go back and watch again. I'm sorry. I'm loving the hair. I'm loving it. It's giving Spice Girls. I'm just so happy. I'm satisfied. Is she perfect? No. Was she big? Hell yeah. So I had to I said F that, and I just did this half up, half down, and honestly, I love it so much. It fits me so much more. If you guys made it to the end of this video, please give it a big thumbs up, okay? If you made it this far, please put an alien emoji in the comments. Let me know what topic you agree on, disagree on, or if you just want to further the conversation in the comments. Y'all know I am here for it. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Bye.
What they talking about? They ain't talking about none. What they talking about? They ain't talking about none. What they talking about? They ain't talking about none. What they talking about? They talking about none. Huh? They ain't talking about none. Alright. What they talking about? They ain't talking about none. What they talking about? They ain't talking about none. What they talking about? They ain't talking about none. What they talking about? They ain't talking about none. Huh? They ain't talking about none. Pickable, I just put them bookers in my chain. Pickable, 80 pointers like a Kobe game. Pickable, 7.62s, I make them plain. Pickable, popping out, you better smell my name.